my former generic that I made. You can check my YouTube and you will see that I made generic but I didn't complete it. So this is a completion. In this tutorial, we're going to be talking about how you can use multiple parameter in generic, and you can even create a generic for your methods. Something like this. Let me create a sample for you. Something like you create a public void. Let's say food, as I used to use the method like food. So if you want to use it, as you know, in generic, we will create something like this and pass through our parameter stuff. If you want to make it twice, like you want to pass in two parameter, you can pass in a length of amount of parameter you want. You can leave it like this, or you should add it str, but it's better for you to just leave it like this and create a lot of fields that you want to assign it to and use it as you want. So it is not in front of the class. I made a mistake. It's in front of the main, so I'm sorry. So sometimes you will be coding, you will require to pass in the second or the third, but in most cases, like in new Java, you don't need to pass in a lot of this. Even let me show you some stuff. Let me not create it here, because creating it here, it's in a main class where main method is, doesn't actually look nice. Let me create it in food class. So let me create a file called food. Let me refactor it to food. Yeah, nice. So I want to create different type of food. As we all talk about it, if you want to create generic, we want to pass in the parameter, because generic gives us the ability to pass in parameters, different type of parameters actually. Let me say string, let me say int, then you leave it like this, then you do what? You create a field, because without field, using of generic is meaningless. So we have to get something to save our data into, to save what to collect from parameter into, which is field. Field is going to collect, like we are going to assign the data from our generic parameter into the field anytime they call it. So in here we have to pass something like this. So we have set it right there. So now let me say public food name. Food name, yes, let me just use public food name. Let's just say string. Yes, string. Let me short it to string. Okay, let's just say public int food number. So we call create a constructor, which is going to be foods. As you all know what constructor is, if you don't know, check my YouTube, you see I've posted about it. Then you create a parameter which you want to collect from the constructor. So we say string food name param. You say int food number param. Then we say this dot, we are pointing to this food name, is equal to food to param. So we have collect, let me be done with it, dot food number, food number param. So we have, So you have get the value that people are going to pass into this food, which we call argument. We have got the argument like this by calling these fields and assign the value to them. So that we can use it any other time. So anytime we want to use this food, anytime we want to use the data passing in here, we call the field that the data is inside. So that is why we say this keyword mean the field inside there. Anything that is public or private or something inside this class that is generally available to use. So we can use this to call it. So this food name is equal to this first one, which is this one. And the last one int, which is this one, which we said food number equal to it. So we have already got um our parameters and our data done, so we can now use it. So let's say system dot out dot print this dot food number. I will say this dot food name. So we say, so this is both of them. So in this place, we have to, if you want to call the food now, we can just do this something like this. Instead of you to be writing something like this, you can just declare it like this. The new Java accept that. So we say, you see, the name has already shown food name and food param. So the food name is like Gary, and the food number param is 20 cup. Okay, then there's a system dot result. Sure, I'm seeing one error. String food name param, food name param is string now. You say food name param string, food name, yes, strong is a constructor. Java sometime dot lang dot, sometimes you will be facing this kind of error, which I don't understand why IntelliJ used to give like show this error. So this is string, I don't know. So what's error again? Ah, what's yes? You may write it and not seeing this error. It is normal. Java can be frustrating sometimes. So which other error? Oh, it is not Java, it is me. instead of putting, I put um so, but in some case, sometimes you'll be writing something like this, you'll be writing normal string and it won't work, so you have to write java.lang dot so that we automatically connect it straight. Yes, they are actually different. The string are different from java.lang dot string work perfect most of the time. So so right now, is it not confusing you? Okay, we have created a field, we have created these two field, we collect the data from this string, then from the food parameter, then we assign it to the field that we create. So this one we create it, we assign it to. Okay, so right now I think we are good to go. So what am I trying to explain before? Okay, so let me run it and show you. There's other things I want to tell you people about generic. Okay, Gary, and you see, just calling it like this, don't need to stress yourself. So generic give us ability to pass parameter in order to use data direct from our class. So there's also a way to get parameter from method, which is construct. No, naturally method, let's say Gary, naturally method can take in parameter, isn't it? Naturally it can take in. But what if we want to use the generic? The generic of method is different from the generic of class. Generic of class is given the ability for you to get passing parameter. Generic of method is giving you ability to create your own data type. For example, let me say I want to create data type of food, or which kind of data type I want to create that will make you understand this. Like data type like string, integer, you want to create your own data type too that you can choose. Let me create food. Let me create pancake. So writing it like this in front of this public, in front of this accessibility, or you can now create any data type you want by calling this thing, by calling this thing. It's just like you are creating string, you're creating int. So once you say pancake, like normal string, you say new file, any name, then you do what? A new data type. See it show error because you data by passing a string, just as string 2 normally do. String 2, it will tell you if you passing int that I'm not integer. It is a way of creating your own personal data type that you can use. It will make your work very clear and it is very useful in some different type of condition. Like now, let me say I create pancake of, let me say a, and this type of pancake is this. You see, it converts this string into pancake data type. Then I can now call this AAA. No error. And I can say system dot out dot print new file. Then what's the error about? It's on okay. Then let me call it outside. Let me say dot Gary should be able to call the Gary out. You see, hey, I'm the data type. So this creating generics for method is used to create your own personal data type, and a lot of works assigned to it too. There are a lot of things assigned to it too. So I think you know everything you should know about generic right now. More you create project, more you discover what you should do. And you see all this unnecessary error, you can suppress it by adding this annotation, which is suppress warning that you put all. See, no error anymore. Suppress all the unnecessary error that you are seeing in your coding. So thanks for watching. I think I can explain the way I explain. I really, really want you to understand. So